2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
The beautiful, dramatic setting here in Salt Lake City, Utah becomes apparent when you get a look at the aerial shot of the surroundings. DA, it's all yours.
Kevin, thank you very much. We know Rudy Gobert is ultra competitive, but he knows it's not about winning his...
Thanks, David. That's David Aldridge, our NBA Hall of Famer. In the backcourt matchup tonight, Brent, definitely high-powered at the point guard position in particular. Much more scoring expected than in decades past.
Well, I think guys have the green light, Kevin, to fire away at the first available opportunity. The offense isn't taught the same way with orchestrators at the point guard position. Now guys are looking to be overly aggressive with their scoring prowess and to try to make plays sometimes feels secondary.
Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Morris is out there with Ivica ZUBAC. Then it's Patrick Beverley. Then it's Paul George. And it's Leonard in at the 3. And for Utah, Conley and Mitchell, the talented backcourt pair. Bogdanovich out there with O'Neal. And it's Gobert in at the center. And so the Los Angeles Clippers get the first points of the ballgame. Poked away. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's going to be on Donovan Mitchell.
Well, Paul George put his defender in the blender right there. Tough for him to guard that kind of possession.
He hits the second from the line.
And the versatility of Paul George's game, elite defense and rebounding, steals and deflections.
You think about Paul George moving to several teams, yet still having the impact on both ends of the floor. I think that is a telltale sign that you have an elite talent in Paul George.
Now the Clippers with it. We're about 1 minute into the first. Beverley against Mitchell. Beverley, the pass to Leonard. 6 on the shot clock. Over Bogdanovich. And it's Leonard missing.
Well, that's the only way to take him out of his comfort zone from that range. Get right up in the jersey, force him off the spot.
Back to Mitchell. The Jazz working the ball around now. And slam dunk by Gobert.
You won't find a higher percentage shot in this league. Gobert from ground zero.
And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. Leonard draws the double. Pass to Beverley. To the paint. Here's George. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. George has got 5 points so far.
Well, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, right now I don't see any let up. I think he's going to just keep putting his foot on that gas pedal tonight.
Now here's Conley.
Well, he's a guy that count on to produce from the mid-range. He doesn't miss too many open looks from there.
Clippers have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Beverley against Conley. And that one's good. Beverley.
Beverley showing off a little bit of a teardrop. Didn't know he had that.
First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. And Gobert kicks to Mitchell. Back to Gobert. Stolen by ZUBAC. They push it up 4 on 3. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Well, it's the golden age of point guards, and Patrick Beverley trying to show that he belongs amongst them. Great awareness on that.
Conley against Beverley. Passes it to Gobert. Mitchell outside. Just 5 on the clock. Count that one.
And that's Mitchell at his best. Playing the quarterback on this offense and leaving the D grabbing for air.
Here's Leonard. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
Got to hold firm or you're going to get a call.
Looking at who's out there now for the Jazz. Derek Favors checked in for Rudy Gobert. Joe Ingles comes in for Royce O'Neal. And it's Clarkson in for Mike Conley. And it's Batum with the ball, bringing it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Here's Rondo. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Trickery of Rondo. You know he loves to go for those floaters from time to time.
Mitchell outside. There's the dish to Clarkson. They grab their own miss. And Bogdanovich kicks to Ingles. Favors trying to break free. And Joe Ingles hits from deep.
I love Bogdanovich's ability to put the team first. When he sees one of his guys open, he's a willing ball mover.
1:57 left in the first quarter of the game. Ingles against Leonard. And the rejection by Favors. In the corner, it's Clarkson from outside the arc. Good, and it's Mitchell picking up the assist.
I'd like to see more of that from Clarkson. Just get more consistent from the three-point line. Steps up and knocks that one down.
The Clippers trail. And the foul called on Donovan Mitchell. That's foul number 2 for him.
That's a whistle he did not want to hear. His second foul, and we're not even out of the first quarter.
Michael Conley, he's checked in for Utah. Jackson, he's checked in for Los Angeles.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
There's the pass to Clarkson. That one falls, his second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
Got into the paint and then smelled that he was around the rim and got it done.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 6 of 8 in the game so far. A very solid start for them. Rondo against Bogdanovich. Jackson from long range. And Derek Favors pulls it down.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Here's Clarkson. Stolen by George. Here's Jackson. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Guy's got some of the best hands in the league. Paul George instincts right there. Pokes that ball away.
Here's Clarkson. And the basket is good. And he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
He just takes advantage of the D in a way that very few players playing today can do.
The Jazz shooting their first free throw of the game.
And at the line last season, about 78% as a team. Pretty solid numbers.
Clarkson, it's interesting for him. He's not really a point guard and not really a shooting guard. So trying to find ways to stay in the game and stay aggressive and do whatever is asked of him to earn minutes.
So far, both teams scorching the Nets. You gotta love it.
Yeah, made for TV game here. Pace is great. Scoring is coming in bunches. And both of the teams feeling confident right now.
Conley dishes to Clarkson. Hands of the ball is out of bounds. Clarkson touched it last. Right back after this break. Greg, Mitchell's going to be right in the middle of it, leading the way.
And on top of everything else he does, he's elite at getting his own shot. We've seen him carry this team offensively at times. Boy, he is special.
And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. What do you guys think about the Jazz here in this one?
Well, going to the bench early, they obviously knew what they were doing.
Yeah, looking for a spark here, and the coach tapped the right guys to get out there and provide it.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. So on the floor for Utah, we've got Conley. O'Neal is out there with Favors. And it's Joe Ingles. And it's Clarkson in at the shooting guard. Here's Jackson, following the three-pointer by Utah. That one's all good. Now he's 3 for 5 from the field.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the ring.
Here's Conley from deep Ingles. The Clippers grab the miss. Here's Clarkson. Favors passes to O'Neal. Jackson comes over with the double. Clarkson kicks to Ingles. Rocket 6. Conley's shot is off. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Trailing by 2.
And you see Morris aware of his surroundings, getting a good jump down court.
Now, here's Clarkson. 8 points for him. Back to O'Neal. Ingles in the corner. The Jazz working the ball around now. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Conley with the 3. Knocks down the 3 ball. Conley's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. I know you appreciate this, Greg. So much of defense now is closing out on the 3-point shooting and then protecting the rim. Consequently, pull-up jump shooters are super valuable, and there are a lot of good ones in the NBA right now.
No doubt about it. And Kevin, you know, you think about a few guys. James Harden, I mean, he shoots that step-back 3, but he's a guy that, because of his ability to utilize your inability to defend that 3-pointer, Kyrie, Dame Lillard, those are some guys. Chris Paul still as good as anybody in that mid-range area. C.J. McCollum. These are guys that have really feasted and carved out a nice niche for themselves in the NBA because of that ability to take and make jump shots.
And I love that list. You're right on. Here's Beverly after the basket by Utah. ZUBAC the pass to Jackson. And here's Leonard. Pulls up, high post. And now Utah, fast break. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
And there's an edge to Mitchell's game. He wants to be the guy in charge. And if that means he's got to get physical, he'll do it. I mean, simply an incredible postseason performance from Donovan Mitchell. The team went out in the first round, but he put the scoring load on his back. One of the best displays of offense I've ever seen in the postseason. Oh, that's a major league throwdown.
Keeps a tight grip on that rim, too, after the finish. Utah leading by 5. Mitchell looking it over. Pass to Ingles. Jacks up a 3. Good, and it's Mitchell picking up the assist. Mitchell's got 3 assists now in this one. Clippers have gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. You know, Greg, you look at the numbers that Mitchell put up in that series. Simply amazing.
I mean, he was putting up 40, 50-point games like it was nothing. At times, the guy looked unguardable. Truly one of the young stars to come out of the Orlando bubble.
Jackson misses.
Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really controlling the inside.
On the wing, Mitchell. Guarded by Jackson. Ingles against Morris. 4 on the shot clock. And it's Mitchell missing. Clippers trail by 8. Nobody near Leonard. Here's Morris. Banked in off the glass. Morris has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Terrific score there off the miss by Morris. Doesn't get a ton of offensive rebounds, but making that one count.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Jazz.
And Marcus Morris has raised some eyebrows in the last couple of years, just being a much more efficient scorer.
And Utah making a change here. Bogdanovich is checked in. And a switch here also for the Clippers. Paul George is checked in for Jackson. Now, here's Mitchell. He has 7. In the corner, O'Neal with it. A 3 from Bogdanovich. Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession. .136 left in the first half of basketball. Stolen by Mitchell. Drops in the breakaway layup. Mitchell's got the lead up to 8 now for the Jazz.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
LA's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. And last season, Marcus Morris is named one of the hottest on the trade market.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in Marcus Morris's offseason. A year ago, a lot of contenders looking to add him to the roster. Handshake deal with the Spurs, switched to the Knicks, and then eventually traded to the Clippers. So grab your musical chair and try to find a seat.
That one good for 2. And it's a 10-point Utah lead. For Los Angeles, they've gotten a little under 50% of their second quarter shots to find the mark. 4 of 9 all told. Out left to the wing. Leonard looking over the floor. From the top of the key, he buries it.
Well, he's 1 for 5 in the quarter, and his body language is saying a lot about where his confidence is. Rattled just a little bit. Maybe the next open look will start him up.
Pass to Ingles. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
For Utah, they have shot 2 free throws, and they're 1 of 2 so far. The free throw drops for Ingles. For the Clippers, Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for ZUBAC. Batum comes in for Marcus Morris. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Patrick Beverly.
Well, when he gets into a groove at the free throw line, it doesn't just last for tonight. This might be 2 weeks, 2 months, something like that.
Nobody near George. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
Yeah, Paul George ready to shoot as soon as he caught it. Quick release there.
Now, here's Mitchell. 11 points in the game. Over Rondo. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And we've reached halftime in this one. Jazz lead by 8. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half. Mitchell.
And we saw just how important he is for this team in the first half. He was getting everyone involved.
Yeah, he knows his role. He's out there to distribute the ball, get his teammates involved. Nice job.
Checking out the group for Tyronn Lue to start the second half. We've got Kawhi Leonard. Ivica Zubac is out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Patrick Beverly. And it's George in at the 2 guard. Here's Beverly. Shoots it up. Great look there, but off target.
Shot didn't fall, but that play worked well to get a good look at the basket.
Yeah, an efficient offensive possession. They found the look that they wanted, just didn't go in.
Now, here's Mitchell. Shot clock at 5. Takes it from 10. It's rebounded by Leonard. Clippers trail by 8, and now the Clippers on the break. From deep, George. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. George has got 12.
Well, when you get into a system, your first system in the league where you share the ball, Kawhi Leonard keeping his head up and finding the open man.
George against Mitchell. He dishes it to Bogdanovich. The Jazz again can't hit it.
Not been an easy start. 3 straight misses here on these possessions.
And so it's Bogdanovich who brings up the ball for the Jazz. They've led by as much as 10. And then Mitchell with the dunk.
What a ferocious finish. Once Mitchell gets some speed behind him, look out.
Over a minute and a half into the third quarter of action. Outside, George. And it's George again missing.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
A different look for Utah. Favors comes in for Royce O'Neal. And it's Clarkson in for Donovan Mitchell. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Jackson's checked in. Now here's Jackson. Gobert pulls it in. And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Clarkson against George. And Here's Bogdanovich for three. Sinks the triple. Bogdanovich has got the lead up to 10 now for the Jazz.
And Bogdanovich is a consistent shooter from outside. Once he's in rhythm, he's comfortable from firing from beyond.
And that one's good. Leonard. Utah has gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break.
And in a player empowerment era, no greater power move than Kawhi Leonard's last year. Fresh off a Finals MVP with the Raptors, he signed with his hometown Clippers and compelled a trade for Paul George.
Think about that 14-month run where Kawhi Leonard made his way to Toronto, a team that was on the cusp for many seasons. Goes there, wins the MVP and a championship for the Raptors, and then ends up in his hometown of Los Angeles to try to do the same for the Clippers. Now that's getting it done and writing your own story.
From about 19 feet, and it's Leonard missing.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession. Joe Ingles, who's checked in for Rudy Gobert. And then for Los Angeles, Serge Ibaka has checked in for ZUBAC. Batum comes in for Morris. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Leonard. Now here is Ibaka. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Here's Jackson, and the rejection by Favors. And he recovers it. Out to Ibaka. Tries yet again. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson.
All that practice on the positioning and timing of the catch and shoot paid huge dividends for Ibaka.
Bogdanovich left side. There's the three. The shot by Clarkson, no good. Clippers trail by 8. Jackson has the open look. Cans the shot with nobody near him. Jackson's got 9.
He can be just lethal from the perimeter. Even though he didn't get good looks in the first quarter, will that make right there? That could change things.
Now, here's Clarkson. 10 points for him. And Favors kicks to Clarkson. Over Jackson. They get it back. Bogdanovich left side. The wide open look here for Ingles. A three-pointer is right on target. 14 points for him.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Los Angeles has gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. Here's Rondo. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Can't guard Rondo lightly. Even from inside, he's capable of finding a way to get to a shooting window and score.
Utah calls timeout.
And entering the league as a complimentary scorer, Bogdanovich put up 20 points a game last year. That was a career high in the 4th straight year that he improved his scoring average.
Morris is checked in for the Clippers. Passes it to Ingles. Favors with the ball. The shot's good. Favors got 4 this quarter. And another area where Bogdanovich is helping the offense. Greg is doing a better job of creating for others.
I mean, he still has that shoot first mentality, but now if he doesn't have a clean look, he's much more willing to make the extra pass, and that makes him just that much more valuable to this team.
And with that shot, the Jazz lead is cut down to 5 on the bucket from Paul George. Conley the pass to Clarkson. To the left wing, and Favors kicks to Clarkson. Back to Favors, just 5 to shoot. Bogdanovich dishes to Ingles. Clarkson on the wing, covered by Morris. And that one is hammered home.
Yeah, Jordan Clarkson bringing it up to the 10.
And here's George. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. 7-point differential. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. George has got 17 now.
And Paul George in the mid-range area just dominating that possession.
And that does it for the third quarter. Both teams clicking offensively as we approach the fourth quarter. Utah out in front, leading by 5. Live from Vivint Smart Home Arena, you're watching 2K Sports. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, a great job with the eyes. And what separates great playmakers, as we know, is peripheral vision.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. Mitchell is the 2 with Ingles at the 3. O'Neal is out there with Favors, and it's Conley in at the point guard. That's the group right now for Utah. Here's Mitchell, and it's the Clippers with the rebound. Here's Beverly, the rim-rattling two-handed jam.
Well, how about Patrick Beverly showing you at a point guard he can still get up?
Utah leading. Conley, the pass to Favors. He can't get that one to fall. Great D that time from Batum. And Los Angeles guys shooting percentage, 59%. The offense is running smoothly.
It's easy to understand why Paul George is one of the top scorers in the league. He can read the defense, he can shoot it, he can get inside, and he's riding a hot streak now.
Favors in the post. Morris is there. Shoots off the step back. Offensive rebound. Mitchell outside. Fires the 3. Good for basket number 7 tonight on a not so unlucky 13 shots.
Trying more and more to utilize the three-pointer. It's a good idea. That's his second 3 of the game. 1 in each half.
And the Clippers call time here. For the Jazz, Rudy Gobert, he's checked in for Favors. And Bogdanovich is subbed in for Joe Ingles. ZUBAC is checked in for Los Angeles. KAWHI Leonard comes in for RAJON Rondo. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, during the last break, I heard Tyronn Lue talking with his team. He said they played well in certain areas, but the lack of detail to the defensive boards has allowed their opponent too many second-chance opportunities. And that, he said, is the difference in this game. They have to get busy on the glass, Kevin.
Clippers trail by 4. Oh, Leonard in position.
Oh, what a pass. And then he lays it in with the circus move.
So smooth. Now Mitchell. Dishes it to O'Neal. Back to Mitchell. Paul George with the steal. Now the Clippers moving it up. George with the ball. Over Bogdanovich. George, no good.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Conley, the pass to Gobert. Conley dishes to Gobert. Beverly with the ball. Here's George. And a little luck that time, but it drops. George has got it all tied up now for Los Angeles. Mitchell outside. Oh, and the dunk by Mitchell.
A dynamic leaper with an impressive wingspan. Mitchell usually has some flashy dunks up his sleeve.
Clippers have gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the 4th. Strong work at that end of the floor. And here's George for 3. Rebounded by Donovan Mitchell. Jazz have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the 4th quarter. O'Neal trying to break free. Mitchell's shot is good. And it's a 4-point Utah lead.
Well, that basket must be widening out right now, and he's making almost every shot he's putting up this quarter.
Los Angeles calls timeout. And now a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, Donovan Mitchell.
And guys, this really has been his night. He's done a lot of things well, but his scoring really put him over the top. You can see how determined he's been every time he's gotten his hands on the ball. Great drive and also great focus offensively.
Mitchell is double. Kicks to Gobert. The drive by Mitchell. Lays it up off the glass. Mitchell's got 11 points here in just the second half. Here's Leonard. A minute 50 left in the fourth quarter. Bentley deciding where to go with it. 4 on the clock. Here's George, and it's George finishing it off.
That's why you turn to Paul George. These moments are for PG.
Utah leading by 4. On the wing, Mitchell. Mitchell is double. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Mitchell.
And the score being this close, you have to retain possession of the ball. You just can't give it away like that.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Morris is checked in, and that one's good. Leonard.
I mean, this is a battle-tested young player. Leonard's willing to put the team on his back when they really need a bucket.
Mitchell outside. We've got 1:13 left in the fourth quarter. Back to Conley. Now the pass to Mitchell. The Jazz need to get off a shot here. A 3 from Bogdanovich. It's hauled in by ZUBAC.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
And here's George for 3. That one doesn't drop. Now the Jazz take it the other way. They've led by as much as 10. And here's Bogdanovich. Mitchell outside. Outside Conley. Force the dish to Gobert. It's good.
The nerves on this guy.
Not backing down from this moment here. When the game is close, he kicks it up a notch.
And the Clippers call time here. They're trailing by 4. There's 21 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
Score, then hope for some missed free throws or a turnover at the other end.
Yeah, this won't be easy, so a little bit of luck will go a long way for them to get back in.
And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
Yeah, you can't let them hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
There's 14 seconds left to play in the final quarter. And so they foul intentionally. So the first one drops, and that puts them up by 5.
And how fearless is Donovan Mitchell? I mean, as a rookie, in his first playoff series, he went off for 38 in a closeout game against none other than Russell Westbrook. And that's the knockout blow right there, guys. Those free throws should put this one away.
And it's Leonard missing. Now here's Conley. Here's Mitchell. Misses the shot. So we see the Jazz get the win here. They didn't make it easy on themselves or their fans. But in the end, everyone's satisfied.
I mean, there were some times that momentum shifted, and especially early on. But let's give this group a lot of credit for that stick-to-itiveness in terms of finishing out and executing that game plan.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.